So for a number of years now, the IEA has been calling for an energy technology revolution to meet our climate change goals. And in our newest edition of Energy Technology Perspectives, we look to see whether we can see signs of this transformation happening and what more we need to do to combat climate change and to improve energy security. And this book outlines which technologies are needed, when and where. And it looks at the costs and benefits of this transition and the policies that are required to make it a reality. In the ETP 2010 baseline scenario, which assumes that no new policies are implemented, CO2 emissions double from current levels by 2050, oil and gas prices are high, and energy security concerns increase as imports rise. This scenario is clearly unsustainable, and we must act now to move on to a new trajectory. However, we recognise that the future is inherently uncertain, and so we've looked at a number of other possible combinations of technologies that can deliver a decarbonised electricity supply. 20% of the emission reductions will come from more efficient cooking, lighting and appliances, and roughly the same amount from the more efficient use of space and water heating and cooling. The remainder will come from improvements in the building envelope. So in total, to achieve a halving of the world's CO2 emissions by 2050, we calculate that the additional investments over the baseline scenario will need to be $46 trillion between now and 2050 at a global level. This is clearly a very large amount, but it represents only around a 17% increase above what we would need anyway to meet the energy needs in the baseline scenario. How are we going to achieve this? Well, countries will need to introduce a range of different policies to help drive the needed deployment of low-carbon technologies, as many of these are currently more expensive than the incumbents. So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, we may in fact be witnessing the beginning of the historic transition to an energy revolution, but we still have formidable challenges before us. We need to break the historical link between CO2 emissions and economic output. Tackling climate change and enhancing energy security requires a massive decarbonisation of the energy system through the widespread introduction of existing and new low-carbon technologies. Improving energy efficiency should be a priority, coupled with deploying low-carbon electricity generating technologies. We also need to develop and demonstrate the new low-carbon technologies that we will need in 10 or 20 years' time. Action by OECD countries alone will not be sufficient. This has to be a truly global effort. So in launching ETP 2010 today, our call is for governments, industry and consumers to work together to tackle the challenges we face and help ensure we follow a path to a more sustainable and secure energy future.